All right, Rob. I am a voter, an official voter for the NBA regular season awards.
So now, do you get to vote on all the awards? Because it's not done like that in baseball. You have, they mix it around, so you vote for everything. See, in baseball, they don't do that. They'll do 2 in every city, Chris, for beat writers.
Oh,
so
all right.
So there might
get half of the, categories.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like you might only get the Cy Young vote for the American League. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yep. And then 2 other guys might get the National League in your city.
I think there's probably a lot more NBA votes or categories. Does baseball have? They got the Cy Young, the MVPs, Rookie of the
Year. There's a few, but they want to mix the vote around. So, but you don't vote for the whole slate like you have.
Yeah, I feel like if I remember correct, I've been voting like 25 years or something like that.
Right.
I feel like there were years where you only voted for about 3/4 of the awards.
Do you know what I mean? Right. They were mixed around. Okay, I'm just asking.
But I'm not positive, but I feel like that used to be the case. But definitely now you vote for everything. And Rob, look, people are trying to figure out, reporters, who's going to be the MVP and Coach of the Year, and obviously, things like that, Rookie of the Year. And some writers are talking to other writers and getting them to share with them who they voted for. And they're also taking the ballots of media members such as myself who have made their votes public.
They do it for the Hall of Fame as well, Chris. When people make it or put on Twitter, there's a Hall of Fame tracker. Gathering. There's a tracker, right?
Right.
And they'll say, we've seen 100 ballots online, and here's what the numbers or the percentages are. Yep. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
So at least one writer has 23 of the ballots.
How many ballots are there? 50?
Oh, there's like 130.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so this isn't a huge sample size. But on the 23 ballots, on 22 of them, Paolo Banchero, the great rookie from Orlando, who's had a phenomenal season, a very good, great season for a rookie. Great season for a rookie. Anyway, he's the vote, the number one rookie on 22 of the 23 ballots. He was on my ballot. I had him. It wasn't even a thought. Like, he's the Rookie of the Year.
Right.
Period. We averaged 20 points a game. Let me his numbers. 20. Rob G, help me. Here it is. 20 points, 6.9 rebounds, 3.7 assists. He shot 42.7% from the floor. Obviously, Orlando wasn't that good, but one, they're not that good of a team. They're very young. And two, Rob, LeBron had a phenomenal rookie year. They didn't win.
Right.
Michael Jordan had a phenomenal rookie year. They didn't win.
Yeah, nobody. I don't. Was somebody expecting them to win?
Right.
Was a team supposed to win?
Yeah. I don't hold it. I don't think most people hold it against rookies if their team doesn't win. And don't give me Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
That was aberration.
Magic playing with the MVP, Kareem.
And Larry Bird, that was unbelievable.
Bird turned the Celtics
because the Celtics were bad.
I think it was 29 wins, Rob, to 62 or 61, something like that. I'll check that out. But now he had Hall of Famers, but they were old. They were past their prime. There were a lot of Hall of Famers on those Boston teams, but they were pretty much done. But Bird did a remarkable, turnaround in Boston, Rob, his rookie year, and that's why he was Rookie of the Year.
Let me say this, okay? Banchero, is that it? How you say it? Banchero?
Banchero.
Right.
Yeah, they did go, Rob, quickly from 29 wins to 61 wins.
Yeah, no, that was big. I remember that very vividly because the Celtics were bad. But Banchero finished his rookie campaign, Chris, with 40 games of scoring at least 20 points, which matched the amount that LeBron James had during his first season with the Cavs. He also topped all rookies in points, 20-point games, 30-point games, games with at least 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists.
What are we talking about?
And games with at least 30 points, 5 points, and 5 assists. So all the numbers, Chris, and everything, they were all there.
Well, not all the numbers, and that's the point of this
wait a minute.
segment.
Are you trying to incorporate some analytics, Mr. Chris Broussard?
I am.
This is what I keep telling you about the MVP vote.
Well, nah, this is definitely evidence, Exhibit A of what you're talking about.
Yes.
Andy Larson, who is the Utah Jazz beat writer for the Salt Lake Tribune, and he's been around a while. He does a fine job. But he voted, Rob, the only person, at least on these 23 ballots, to vote for Utah Jazz big man Walker Kessler as the MVP. And this was what Larson
So is this home cooking?
I'm sorry, Rookie of the Year.
Is this home cooking?
I don't want to say it was home cooking.
I'm just asking.
But here's what it was. It was analytic cooking. Here's what he says in a tweet. Basically, the advanced stats all favor Kessler. And I've always been an analytically oriented voter. I think I would have made this vote even if I covered another team. And here's some of the analytic numbers.
He had to throw that in there.
Right. Here's some of the analytic numbers, Rob, that he uses. In estimated plus minus, Walker Kessler's was plus 2.1. Banchero's was minus or 0.9, minus 0.9. But plus minus, if you lose, if you're on a bad team, you ain't going to have a good plus minus in most cases. You're losing. Plus minus is points you score on the court, points you score off the court. I get estimated. They try to, account for different things. But if your team is losing, your plus minus generally is not going to be good. But anyway, here's a few other things. Kessler had a PER of 21.5. Banchero's was 14.9. Kessler's win shares was 7.1. Banchero's 2.4. Rob, Kessler only started 40 of the 74 games he played in. And let me show y'all, because the analytics, look, we always say don't throw them out, but they're just a part of the equation.
Not the entire
full
thing.
Equation.
Right.
Here's some analytics, Rob. Real plus minus. Okay, that's similar to, we used estimated plus minus. Jalen Brunson, who had a fantastic season for the Knicks, Rob. He was 18th in the league among point guards. Not overall, among point guards.
18
in real plus minus. Spencer Dinwiddie had a better real plus minus than Jalen Brunson. Tyler Hero, D'Angelo Russell.
Don't tell Kyle Kuzma
Derek
that.
White from Boston. Heck, Derek White had a better real plus minus than Steph Curry. My point is, who had the better season? Jalen Brunson or Spencer Dinwiddie? Win shares, too. Same thing. Win shares, Rob. Spencer Dinwiddie. Better than Jalen Brunson. I mean, heck, Spencer Dinwiddie's win shares was better than Steph Curry's. So was D'Angelo Russell's. Trae Young's was better than Steph Curry's win shares. I mean, really? Look, Rob, I keep using this because it's such a blatant example of what we're talking about when we talk about some of these analytical numbers. Back when Kawhi Leonard was in San Antonio as and those are real plus minus wins. When I said win shares, real plus minus wins. And Kawhi Leonard was at the heyday of his defensive prowess. And the analytics said the San Antonio Spurs were several points, I believe it was 6 or 7 points.
Better, right?
Better defensively when he was on the bench. Come on, really? So, Rob, I'm sorry. Again, analytics is a part of it. But when the analytics tell you that Walker Kessler had a better season than Paolo Banchero, I'm sorry, you got to go against the analytics.
Well, but that's always my thing, is that there will be people who will say, oh, I'm analytics. I looked at the numbers. I don't care what the other ones are saying. This is what I follow. And they want to be able, Chris, to justify their existence.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I don't know how you would just put all your eggs in the analytics bucket.
Right.
I mean, I get it using it. Here's the other thing, Rob. Walker Kessler played 23 minutes a game. Like Alex Caruso, and he is a very good defender. And he may very well be first or second team all defense. But I could not put him on my first team all defense because he only played like 23 minutes a night.
Right.
That's a different, and a lot of those minutes are against the second unit.
It makes a big difference who you're playing against. And again, you're not out there long enough to do any damage. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, absolutely. So we just, Rob and I have obviously banged the drum on analytics for a while in both basketball and baseball. And this is just an example of we think analytics gone awry.
We talked about it before when the Dodgers went to Fenway Park and benched everybody. You remember all the home run hitters?
In the playoffs.
Right.
The playoffs. You bench some of your best home run hitters because of analytics.
You got to have the human element. It can't be just reading numbers off a stat sheet. I'm sorry.
Anybody can do that.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And that's the mistake that we've seen.